But there is one thing I'd rather be doing. I'd like to find the guy who invented sex and ask him what he's working on now. He made such a hit with his first inspiration. This new one must be a wow. I missed my chance to buy 100 shares before. Now I'm getting in on the old ground floor. If I find that guy who invented sex and ask him what he's working on now. I've got to find the guy who invented sex and ask him what he's working on now. If it takes all of my summer vacation, I'm going to find him somehow. Give the man his due, he set the world on fire. You can't just invent a thing like sex and then retire. I've got to find a guy who invented sex and ask him what he's working on now. Now, girls, folks.
Yes.
Let's just say that sex has made a hit. People just like you can't get enough of it. Why, there's cards and letters coming in most every day. Listen what these customers all have to say. Now, here's a treat from Mrs. Minnie Bates. I look for satisfaction in all the 50 states. I've been staying put since I've been discovering sex. I want a hunt of what that man dreams up next. Oh, and here's a telegram from Mr. Ed Carew.
Until I got some sex, I didn't have a clue. Stop. Don't know how I ever did get by. Stop. Now I need an extra large supply.
Now the Johnson, Iowa Ladies Rose and Garden Club have all discovered sex. Oh, but here's the rub. Since they've been getting every little thing they need, all their prized petunias have gone to seed. That's why I got to find the guy who invented sex and ask him what he's working on now. He made such an international global sensation from Quebec to Rome to Macau. What's on his Bunsen burner must be big. Why, I would be his laboratory guinea pig. Find the guy who invented his sex and ask him what he's working on now. Got to have it. A piece of what he's working on now. Got my money to get what he's working on now. Be playing with the Solid Senders on Sunday, 2:30 to 4 at the Moose Lodge with the 8-piece swing band, a holiday show. It's going to be immense. We've got new arrangements by Dan Weinstein that are killer, and it's just going to be a swell show. So show up at 16th at Ocean Park on Sunday, the 19th.
At what time?
Okay, I have an announcement. This is a little self-serving announcement.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Let's hear it to downstairs neighbors.
Go ahead. Stop.
Drove him away.
What was the bond?
Well, how was it in Paris? Well, remember, were you covered by a fog?
I had to move from Paris because I couldn't eat a frog.
Well, how was old Cologne?
Oh, cologne ain't smell as sweet as pretty as it sounds. A Russian Bolsheviki tried to get my scalp.
I heard you wore your welcome out by sliding down an aisle.
That's why, Miss Liberty, I'll say you're a bear.
Yes, and when that customs officer says to you, what do you declare?
I'll declare that there's no land, so grand as my land. From California to Manhattan Island, north and south, my sunny skyland, I love every line. When I hear Yankees in my ear, that melody makes me stand right up and cheer. I'm coming, USA. I say I love you. Make me lose those Yankee Doodle blues. Hooray! Hey, hey. All right, they'll be back. They got 1 million of them. Ladies and gentlemen, incoming. I like this. I got something to say.
Heads up for Brad Pitt!
And I hope you'll read my letter in the editorial section of today's LA Times. It's not on this subject, but I wrote it, and I love it. But I have a beef with this technological society, and I want to talk about it now. All right. Everywhere I go, everywhere I look, everybody's talking on a cell phone. It doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter who. Everybody's talking on a cell phone. I tip my hat and say hello to a beautiful miss, but she's shacking on her thing, she don't even know I exist. It's epidemic now, you can't escape no how, cause everybody's talking on her.
Indira,
I'll never forget the first time I ever saw one of them cell phones.
move that guy out of the
I was having a leisurely lunch at Netting. Mike Baker, Kipper Harry, cha-cha-cha. I was about to have my first mouthful of this dainty delicacy. But all of a sudden, from a corner of the room, what do I hear but... So I puts down my fork, and I looks in the corner of the room, and what do I see? There's a guy talking to himself. The man must be crazy. Regaining my composure, once again I address the little forkful of Kip and Harry. It's halfway to my mouth. When all of a sudden, from another corner of the room, what do I hear but... So I puts down my fork again, and I looks in the other corner of the room, and what do I see? There's another guy talking to himself. I can't believe it. 2 crazy people in one room. Recovering the last shred of my composure. Once again, I address the now slightly wilted forkful of Kip and herring. It's almost to my mouth. I can smell it. I can taste it. And all of a sudden, from the booth right behind me, what do I hear but... schnoz. And I ups to all three of them. And I says, it's bad enough you gotta ruin my lunch, but do you have to moiter the classics too? Everywhere I go, everywhere I look, everybody's talking on us. Everybody's trying to get into the act. I'm a very thoughtful man who happily revels in the quiet of his mind, who likes to have a walk and leave the busy work-a-day behind. A thinking man of mine, a philosophic boy who likes to have a walk, have a talk, mingling with the random hoi polloi. Just a very thoughtful man. But let a cell phone in your life and your thinking days are through. Anyone can track you down, you might as well have stood in town. And they jabber and they chatter and they tell you what the matter is with you. Mrs. Calabash set a table for two. I'm moving in tomorrow. And another thing, they use them in their SUVs while driving straight at you. It's bad enough they're blind already, do they gotta be deaf too? Everywhere I go, everywhere I look, everybody's talking on a cell phone, yeah! Everybody's talking on a... Now wait a minute, just a minute, ladies and gentlemen, just a minute, just a minute. Hello? Oh, it's you, sweetie. I'll see you in 5 minutes. Everybody's talking on a cell phone. That's my boy who said that. Oh, yes. All right. Now let's bring Suzy Williams back to the podium. Come on.
She's the most heartbreaking, shimmy shaking, and the world ever knew. She's got a pretty form and she shows it. She's some gal and she knows it. What's that? Does she step? That's what she don't do nothing else except when she struts her feathers and blues. The porters drop their hearts in their grooves. You ought to see them trailing her, inhaling her perfume. And even old black Joes that are old and weak hang around and want to be her chic. So here's my warning to you: keep away from Louis Miller.
And I'll kiss you and caress you where the waters kiss the silent shore.
James Clark, ladies and gentlemen.
My dad would never preach to me. In fact, he'd never teach to me the different things that I should do when I went here and there. In fact, he said, go on alone. You have ideas of your own. You'll never lose if you will use the others fair and square. That's just as far as he'd advise, until one day, to my surprise, I went to say that I was going to other lands to live. And as I went to say goodbye, he saw a teardrop in my eye. He said, my lad, that's just too bad. I've some advice to give. Always leave them laughing as you say goodbye. Never linger long, or else you'll wear your welcome out when you meet a fellow with a tear-dimmed eye. You can leave him laughing if you try. When he tells his troubles, interrupt him with a joke. Tell him one he's never heard, and he'll declare that it's a bird. When he's giggling, could you know that's the time to turn and go? Always you say goodbye. You know, that reminds me of a funny story that happened to me that I was playing with the village band.
Oh, but you dare, Charlie.
Yes, I was.
Do tell, do tell.
Everyone was laughing when the band went by. In their band I played the drum, of course I played it on the bum. Rockefeller heard the band and said, by God, that's the best I ever heard, that's no lie. He said, I'm going to fill your instruments with money now. The instruments he filled like tills with yellow $50 bills. I was the lobster of the band. I held the drumsticks in my hand.
No!
And everyone was laughing when he said goodbye. That's a book, right?
Well, let me tell you, Johnny. Here's what I saw today on a Broadway car coming over here.
Who tells?
Everyone was laughing as the car flew by. The fat man, he was trying to sit into a place he couldn't fit. Sitting right beside him was a real thin guy. The fat man had his elbow in his eye. Thin man said, you know, they ought to challenge us by our weight. Said Fatty, all right, if they do, they'll never stop at all for you. Fatty squeezed in with a vim, squeezed the thin man into him. And everyone was laughing when he said goodbye.
You know, that's pretty good, Johnny, but that ain't the way I heard it.
How did you hear it, old timer?
The way I heard it, 'twas the fellas in the car they were laughing at, 'twas the fella behind it.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, says you.
That's you.
Lamp till ready. Everyone was laughing when a jay went by. The whiskers on his chin were brown. I think he came from Terrytown. He stopped to watch the cable car as it flew by. Without a horse, it seemed to the puzzle side. He went out on the tracks to see just how the thing would work. His eye down to the ground he got, his whiskers in the cable slot. The cable grabbed his whiskers, see? And he went to the battery. Everyone was laughing as he said goodbye.
Said Dad, whenever you hear a joke, just laugh until you're going to choke. Make the teller think that he has told you something.
Said he, I never went to school, but still I have a golden rule to always laugh at others as you'd have them laugh at you.
Don't sympathize with anyone, just turn their troubles into fun. When everyone is pouting, that's the time to wear a smile.
No matter if you're rich or broke, just treat the whole thing as a joke. Everybody likes the man who's laughing all the while. Always leave them laughing as you say goodbye. Never linger long about, or else you'll wear your welcome out. When you meet a fellow with a tear-dim eye, you can leave him laughing if you try. When he tells his troubles, interrupt him with a joke. Tell him what he's never heard, and he'll declare that it's a bird. When he's thinking quick, you know, that's the time to turn and go. Always leave him laughing as you say goodbye.
Now, who's the goofy one? What did you think of his act? What did you think of his act, Suzy? What did you think of his act?
I'm not kidding. I think James and Chuckles are one of the big treats of LA. And
Yeah?
there's nobody like them. There's nobody like them. They're singular. And true entertainers.
Legendary. Bobby Barron, ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Barron.